All right, I've done a lot of mapping in Richmond, Virginia recently, and there's still a lot left to do. So let's get right into it. So Richmond's right down here in the central area of Virginia. I'm going to pop into the editor here, and let's let it load for a second. All right, so I've been putting in sidewalks in the downtown and neighboring areas. So I've gotten this area, Jackson Ward, pretty well, Oregon Hill. I'm about halfway done with the Randolph, maybe a little bit more. I haven't really branched into the Fan, and I'm feeling crazy today. Let's do it. So maybe we could try to knock out as much of the Fan as we can today. I could probably get maybe a quarter or half of it in the next half hour. So let's see what happens. I've been mapping mostly sidewalks, but we'll see what else we can get into trouble with. All right, so I'm going to zoom right into the Fan here. And before we do anything else, let's make sure we're in the right aerial imagery. So Bing Maps is good, but in Virginia, the VBMP most recent is the move. It is the best, at least most of the time. All right, so what do we have here? Someone's put in all of these tree rows right here. They're okay. I at some point might try to remove some of them in favor of just mapping individual trees, because there are not that many trees along the roads here, so it'd be pretty easy to do. But that's definitely not the focus of today's video. We're not going to work with the trees right now. So as you can see, there's really no sidewalks along these streets. And if I select one of the streets, let's just see if it's tagged as having a sidewalk next to it. It does have 11 tags: highway, residential, surface asphalt, good, but no sidewalk information. And if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know how excited I am about mapping sidewalks. So let's do it. Okay, so over here, it looks like this is some of the work I've done previously. These look like sidewalks I've put in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And as you can see, there is a little bit of an offset issue here, but not too bad. The offsets around this area are particularly bad, and I have a hunch that it's because of the hills. This is a relatively hilly area as far as I can tell, and that might be contributing. Well, I take that back. Actually have no idea if it's hilly over in this area or not, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, so let's get some mapping done, shall we? This is a pretty simplistic area, just with these wide sidewalks across to these big marked crosswalks. So not too big of a deal to put these in. I might start working down Grove here, just so we have one street kind of in, and then I'll sort of branch off of it in later today or maybe in future videos. All right, feeling good about these so far. Might brush these up a little bit when I get the crosswalks in, but not too wild. All right, we will create a marked crosswalk here. With those tree rows there, I got to make sure not to snap those. It's a pet peeve of mine if you snap elements together that really aren't related. Like that tree row does not go across the center of that sidewalk. That's not how that works. Okay, so this is a crosswalk. Marked crossing. Is it signaled? I don't think so. It doesn't look like a signaled crossing. And usually you'll see a traffic signal here if it's a signaled intersection, which in most cases means that it's a signaled crosswalk as well. At least in this area, that's what it means. Okay, you're a marked crossing. Yeah. All right. Feeling good. Superb. Okay, and I'll get those straightened out in just a second here. I like sort of connecting things before I lock them in, if that makes sense. Just sort of get everything in. So there's another sidewalk over there. Man, I didn't even connect these with a marked crossing. I must have been in a hurry. So I'm not hugely in love with the way this has been mapped, because those look like they're generally down the center, but these, I mean, I guess so. I'm going to move this. Well, let's see if I can match this offset a little bit better. Yeah. That does look a little bit better there. I'm thinking I might move that sidewalk over a little bit to the east, but for now I'm going to leave it. That tree, okay, that tree row is egregious. Go over here. I'm not going to deal with this tree row too much, but I think we can agree it does not go all the way over that way. Maybe I'll put it over here. That seems fine. Okay. All right. Yeah. So we are definitely dealing with some different imagery offsets, like per block around here, which is not great. I highly suspect that something is wrong with the way I have this all mapped out right now, but I think we should accept it as is for now. Okay, so these are all going to be marked crossings. And yeah, I guess we will connect these to their respective streets now. Okay. This guy's going to come down here. Feeling good about that. We'll get this guy connected in down here. Looks like this is a minor intersection with an alley of sorts. So we're going to put that as a sidewalk. Now let's get this unmarked crosswalk in here. Unmarked crossing. Cool. Looking snazzy. All right, let's get this a little further down. Yeah, I dig it. I dig it so much. Let's go down this street. We've already gone very far away from where I said we'd be. That's all right. Sometimes that's just where the map takes you, you know. You just gotta go where the map takes you. Yeah, I'm sort of feeling this this intersection down here. Let's knock this out. I know it's not great to leave things like sort of alone without many features connected to them. Like just putting one crosswalk along one side of an intersection, like it just feels very unfinished. But it's also really motivating the next time I come by here and I'm looking to map something. It's like, oh, that needs to get fixed ASAP. And then I proceed to spend the next like 15 minutes working on it. All right. Feeling pretty good about this. Just kind of eyeballing it, you know. That's going to be a marked crossing too. Yeah. All right. I'm happy. And it's always good to sort of glance at the roads and just like make sure they're generally centered in the imagery to make sure we haven't lost too much of a good offset. I think it's fine. I don't really see too much of an issue there. Okay. You're a marked crossing. Yeah, we'll connect those features. I should see if there's a shortcut to connect the features. If you're watching this and you know a shortcut, please let me know. All right. You're a sidewalk. You can pretty much bank on all of these roads having sidewalks around here. So it's just a matter of putting them all in, you know. Like there's rarely a street around the Fan District, or really any district of Richmond that doesn't have a pretty solid set of sidewalks and crossings. Like you'd be pretty hard pressed to find an area that doesn't, at least in the like really well trodden parts of town. Okay, connect those features. Yeah. Okay. Did you hear me say that I was going to do like a quarter to half of the Fan District? Because that is not true. We'll see if I get a couple of blocks in. It's funny how like repetitive this work is. Part of why I like doing this type of work is because I really am thinking about how I might be able to automate this. Automating stuff like this is kind of a controversial thing in the OpenStreetMap community. Not that people don't like the idea of automating things, but it very often goes wrong, if that makes sense. Like it's very easy to mess up and then have a serious mess that other people have to clean up, where you are importing stuff from a bad data source, or your script that does something automatically, like overwrites someone else's hard work that was much better than yours. You know what I mean? So you definitely have to like proceed carefully when you do that type of thing. But on the other hand, a lot of the magic of OpenStreetMap is because someone figured out how to automate or import very large data sets, and they were able to sort of navigate that well with the community. So what I'm trying to say is that really might be worth my while in the future. But how to automate sidewalk mapping is a whole nother question, right? Because I'm not really aware of any good tools that help you lay these sidewalks in the way that I do. But I definitely need to look around a little bit more and see if there's anything I can find. Okay, you're a sidewalk. Do you cross anything? Okay, just the alley. I was worried some of these buildings got a little close to the sidewalk. So this is a situation, right, where I find this to be a little bit questionable because this is so far off from the center of the intersection right here. But everything else seems pretty lined up. I don't know how well I can trust these rows of trees. Like, I don't know if those were mapped particularly well. Oops, Control Z. But like this line is centered, this other sidewalk, these two sidewalks are centered, which I know I put those in there, but they're lined up with other places nearby. And then like this intersection is a little bit more centered than this guy. And this is like put in here. So it's honestly really hard to say. I think I might just come down here and see. Now this is really far off. Look at this. Okay, so this is a situation where somebody's clearly wrong, right? I don't know if we're going to be able to get to the bottom of that. Okay, well for now I think I'm just going to try to map everything a little bit more relatively. So what I'm going to do is actually move this guy a little bit over, like so. So sort of fix it up here. And I'm going to sort of let that offset change as it comes down the street. Not ideal, but I think it'll work for now. And I won't have to like spend the next couple of hours trying to figure out who's right and who's wrong. But this area definitely needs a good survey. Coming out here with a good GPS unit and seeing what's wrong and what's right would really clean this map up and make it just really tight. So that's something I plan to do in the near future. I need to start making a list actually of like some of the trips I have planned, because there's definitely some more stuff I want to go do in the Williamsburg area, and hoping to make a trip out to Salida. I've done a lot of videos about Salida recently, and you know, got a friend out there so I can visit him, and then hopefully go out to the city area, or the town, and map some of those features that were difficult to see on the aerial view. It is really fun. Like, you know what? I don't actually know if that's if I did that correctly. I don't know if there's a sidewalk there, so I'm going to take that out. I'm going to go there for now. That looks a little silly, but that's what I've decided to do. Actually, who am I kidding? Let's just take a look at the photo overlay. You know what? Shout out Microsoft. Like, they really came through with the imagery around here. Did I just move something accidentally? Okay. I don't know what just happened, but I think we're good. Okay, so let's take a look here. Yeah, so we have this wall is really close to the sidewalk. I don't think they let you do that anymore. This must be an older building. But that sidewalk definitely does connect. In fact, it goes all the way down past this parking lot, which makes me wonder how I didn't see that. I guess to me in the aerial view, like this just didn't feel like a sidewalk for some reason, but it absolutely is. So we're going to continue this, and we're going to just connect it straight down here. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Yeah. So I realize that doesn't look very good, but I don't know what else to do in this situation, because we'd have to change a lot of things to get it to line up there. And I'm not sure who's right in this situation. So let's leave it for now. But as I said, definitely somewhere I want to survey. Okay. But yeah, I love just going out and like collecting data myself with GPS units and stuff. Alleys, crossing, crosswalk. Yes, that's fine. We can connect those features. Nice. But man, it is so much easier to do that when you have the experience of mapping that place so carefully using aerial imagery like I'm doing right now. Like I know it might seem tedious to a lot of people, and that's totally fair because it is. But there's something really nice about just knowing an area so well from above. Like it really gives you a nice perspective on like the next time you're in the area and you're trying to find something, or you're trying to survey something more complex. It really pays off to just like know it so well, like the back of your hand. You know exactly where all the interesting little cut throughs are and stuff, because you've mapped it so carefully on the aerial view. And like, I just moved to Richmond. I kind of want to know more about this place, and like I get out. Don't worry, I go around a lot. But another aspect of getting to know this place, I feel, is like working on the map and learning more about like the intricacies and sort of oddities that the map comes with. Okay, we're going to actually continue this guy. Oh, jeepers. Something went wrong there. Okay, continue. I need to start using more of the keyboard shortcuts in this ID editor. I think that would be a good learning opportunity for me. I've gotten like too good at it without, if that makes sense. Okay, this guy's really far off. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with that. Let's move that just a tad, right? I think that's probably fine. And this guy lines up here. How's it doing down here? That's the guy I just lined up, isn't it? Oh, jeepers, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna move these guys a little bit. Doesn't that just look a little better? I think it does. Okay, where was I? I was putting in these crosswalks, wasn't I? All right. Oh yeah. Sometimes I'll map like what kind of crosswalk it is. I think if you've seen any of my other videos, you've definitely seen me do that. But I'm just not feeling it right now. I can survey that later. Spend some time putting that in. Or if you, dear viewer, want to come through here and quickly tag some of these marked crossing types, that would be sweet. That'd be super lit. Okay. Yeah, feeling good. Pretty chuffed about this one, lads. All right. Ooh, yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna... Oh, okay. So this is a situation where I actually want to undo that last one, and I want to add a node right there. We're gonna make this a sidewalk. And I'm doing that because this is all brick. This is all brick. This is paving stones. We're going to connect those features. And then this guy, and I'm about to do the one to the south of us as well, is all concrete. I don't usually map the surfaces so intricately like this, but when I notice a really clear cutoff here, I like to sort of create those boundaries so that it's easier for the next person to fill in the details if they want to. Okay. You're a sidewalk. Let's get a crosswalk here, shall we? Ooh, that looks so nice. You're a marked crossing. Yeah, you are. Okay, let's get this one in. Nice. Yeah, so, no real rhyme or reason where I'm going or what I'm mapping this time. Just kind of getting it done, I feel like sometimes that's just the way you gotta go. Like next time I come through here, I'll probably spend a little bit more time thinking about like doing this systematically or like doing it street by street. But I mean, you saw me try to make a plan, and then I just started moving and grooving, That's just how it goes. All right. That guy is really far off, isn't he? So is this guy. Oh, jeepers. I'm really not sure who to believe in this situation. Let's scroll up and see if we can figure anything out. Okay, those are really far off too. Okay, it feels like everything is really far off here. I cannot tell who's right and who's wrong. This is really interesting. Ooh, that one's like right on though. So if it's like right on to the west, that's pretty good. And it's right on to the east. Yeah, I remember mapping that intersection. I'm feeling pretty confident that this guy needs to come down. That's how I'm feeling right now. Whoo boy. I hope this is a net positive. I think it is. All right. Yeah. Okay. I'm happy with that. And then this guy needs to come over here. Yeah. I think that fits with the buildings too. So it looks like the streets really were the ones that were off. At least in this one specific place. Which if this is a Tiger import, which I think it might have been, it's a pretty common thing to see in Tiger data. It's just a couple of misalignments or like one street that's like kind of off, you know. And that fixes that crosswalk that I was working on just a minute ago. Perfect. And then, yeah, that guy's like much closer to on. That's really interesting. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about this too much. I'm going to move this over a little bit, but I'm going to let the rest of this mapping sort of change down here. Oops, I accidentally selected that guy. Let's leave him where he is. All right, so let's add some more crosswalks. So I'm really hoping to do some sort of like pedestrian friendly analysis of Richmond, like see what areas are best suited for pedestrians, where there might be issues with pedestrian infrastructure. This will hopefully include like where the curbs and ramps are. I haven't done much mapping of curbs and ramps because it's more difficult to see in the aerial imagery, so I might have to go out and do some significant surveying. I haven't decided if that's like a piece of this project that I'm really excited about pursuing or not. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. That is feeling really weird, isn't it? I'll bring it down just a tad. I think that's actually okay though. Okay. Oops. Continue. Yeah. All right. Sidewalk. Marked crossing. Okay. Nice. Okay. I'm going to come back up here to the north end. nope, not a marked crossing. That's a sidewalk. Yeah. Here, a marked crossing. That's taken a second. Is ID slowing down? We've made 148 edits. Usually ID can keep up with me here. You'll be fine, ID. Okay. I don't love that, but it'll be okay. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I'll get this guy in. Okay. That seems like a pretty clear corner there. So I'm going to leave that and then extend it out this way. That seems fine to me. Unfortunately, this imagery is showing a lot of like buildings overhanging their west side because I guess it was taken at an angle with this place that like the satellite was clearly taking it from the east. So yeah, my mapping efforts on the west side of these buildings is just going to be a little bit shittier. That's okay. Okay. I'm trying not to really mess with those tree rows right now. I feel like that's another can of beans. Okay. All right. Well, just some random sidewalks and crosswalks. This is kind of how it goes sometimes, you know? I just got to get as much done as possible, knock it out. And sooner or later, I realize I've done like a large section of the city, just a couple nights of this, you know? So I'll keep going for a little bit here, and then maybe we'll go back and clean up some of my mistakes. Usually when I'm just frantically adding sidewalks like this, I end up making a lot of minor mistakes, like leaving things disconnected or for some reason like letting something cross over something else without connecting them, that type of deal. Like it always just takes a minute to go over the errors that it detects and see what I managed to do. Okay, this is a really weird situation here. I'm going to tentatively put a sidewalk in, but it's really hard to tell. And let's check on the street side and see what's happening. Oops, new window. Okay. Yep, sidewalk on both sides. So it's just a bad image, honestly. It looks like they didn't really do much orthographic calculations to see where this building actually needs to be in the image. So they let it overhang a lot. And this is a weird situation where you have this building overhanging to the east side, and then this building's overhanging to the west, and it makes you wonder, like, did they stitch these images together, like, right here? You know what I mean? It's a very funny thing to have things overhanging on either side of a street like this. Yeah, like, isn't that weird? That's a very clear sort of distinction between those sides. In fact, I'm going to take a screenshot of this because this just feels like a really good example of the types of things I'm talking about a lot of the time. Wait, let's get rid of this. This is like a perfect example of the type of stuff I deal with. All right. Oh, man. There's so much more to this intersection. I just left it hanging like that. Let's disconnect that. Let's do it right. I'll put this right here. And then this is a situation that it really bothers me when I do this. Just have this little dangling piece of sidewalk here that connects in. But I haven't figured out any better way of doing this. Like if this clearly makes a 90-degree angle over here, and then these clearly come in and meet over here, I think the best way to map that really is just to put a little linear feature between them. It just looks so odd to me. Because it's not real. There's no like linear path in that direction per se. But it does represent where people go. It's confusing. I don't know. The world is a messy place. This is what I've learned. All right. Nice. Okay. You know, just for the sake of messing around, let's just go this way for a little while. I'm going to hit A. I mean, right? Like, who even cares? Let's just do it. Yeah, that doesn't look so bad. I'm just going to hit a street side view right here and just make sure I did that correctly. Okay. Yep, there's sidewalk that whole way. There's so much sidewalk around here. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, it's cool. I'm really glad. But like, wow. There's so much. Okay, there's some sidewalk mapped over here. I'll leave that be for now and just kind of connect it in. So that's a situation where, like, what do we do, right? That building clearly doesn't go out that far. Everything else seems mapped really tightly. So yeah, definitely the building's fault. We're going to have to either move it or leave it for now. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Okay. This is a quirky little sidewalk section. I like it. It's just kind of vibing, you know. Uh-oh. We have another emerging issue over here. Oh, jeepers. I don't know if I want to deal with this right now. I think I might leave it and then deal with it when I'm about to submit the change set. It'll motivate me to get some more interesting work done before I have to deal with it. Okay. Where does this sidewalk go? What do you do? I'm not sure. That seems fine. Yeah. I love it. No one will ever know. You're a sidewalk. All right. And that really is my attitude here. Like, as much as I do want to get this stuff right, like, I think it is also really important just to get it down onto the map, you know? Like, we just need to get all of these features in, and then, you know, fine adjustments will come, and they'll likely come from me, right? Like I'm going to make sure that all of this does end up looking really good, but for now, we just need navigable features. We need to see where the sidewalks are and get a better understanding of how everything's laid out. And, you know, the details are to follow. So that's my outlook on things right now. Okay, and we're going to connect you guys. Lombardi Park. I feel like I've seen this on the map before. I'm wondering if I'm close by to somewhere I have mapped recently. Okay. You're a marked crossing. You're a marked crossing. And so are you. Yeah, I need to figure out some better, like, I'm sure there's some shortcuts and stuff in this editor that make edits like that just a little bit easier. I need to spend some time sort of figuring that out. Okay, I don't think I'm going to include the sidewalk in this park, TBH. Just not really feeling it. I think it's probably best if we kind of go like this, you know. This is perhaps a little bit of an artistic choice, but I think that's what's going on. I'm pretty sure I'm doing the right thing here. I'll leave all the other ones. Yeah. I'm happy with that. I think that represents reality fairly well. Okay. Let's see. You're a marked crossing. So are you. Oh yeah. All right. I'm starting to feel tired today, so I might call it pretty soon here. I do have to go back and fix those buildings. We'll figure it out. You're a sidewalk. Where are we? Aha, yes. I did map that area. I knew I had been at least in the general area. Okay. This is looking pretty good. Definitely some things to clean up moving forward, but story of my life on OpenStreetMap, honestly. Okay. Yes, connect those features. Okay. And we're so close to finishing this little block area, so I'll go up here and do it. That's not going to cross another building, is it? I don't think so. Okay. We have 213 pending changes here. Uh-oh. I left some untagged lines. I always feel like such a doofus when I do that. Like, was I not paying attention? I guess not. Ooh, so many features to connect. Service roads and alleys. I think those are all safe to connect. What else did I not tag? Another whole sidewalk. Fantastic. Okay, well, now it's a sidewalk. Yeah, that looks great. Sure, I'll connect these, and then I'll throw in this marked crossing to add a little bit of continuity here, with the understanding that I will be back. I will make this even better. Okay, what else do we see here? Marked crossing. Yep, that's no problem, and I'll do these too. I must have promised to come back to these and then never did. I'm so grateful that it has these error checks. Okay, so this... Oh, no, this is... this one's not an issue. This is just a slightly off alley. That's no problem. I'm actually going to go like this, sort of map it in here. Looks kind of like it comes... Well, that looks fine. It's kind of hard to say from the... yeah, actually, I kind of like the shape of that. I'll move that up a touch, but I'm totally happy with that. Okay, you are a marked crossing. And I'm going to straighten this one out. I think that's it's a little off, isn't it? It's close, but it's a little off. Okay, wait, I'm going to move this guy over here. Put this guy in, and then move that over. Yeah. I don't know why, but that looks fine to me. I think that's better than the alternative. Okay. Uh-oh, we've got some seriously weird mapping stuff happening over here. Let's put this over here. And this one over here. Ah, much better. Okay. Happy with that. Very, very happy with that. All right. Sidewalk crosses building. Is this my old friend? Yes, this is my old friend right here. This is the issue. Okay. Let's take a look on Bing Maps and see if we can get any idea of what's going on here. Okay. This is not as exciting as I hoped. So that's the intersection there. This over here. There's like no building here. That's not what I was expecting to see. That's just straight up not a building. Does it look like a building from the imagery? I guess it kind of does. What's the dealio? Oh, is it this guy? Yeah, it's probably this guy. So this comes down like this, and then it comes out a little bit like that. Okay. But it does not go like this. So I'm going to go like that. And what's nice about that is I can be pretty sure that I at least made it better, right? I don't know if I got the shape of this right. And I mean, it looks like there's more intricacies to this building footprint, but there's clearly not that little jut out here. There's the wider jut, and that is this piece right here. So I'm happy with that. I think we avoided that situation pretty well. Okay, this guy honestly looks a little bit trickier because I don't know where anything is in this picture. So let's see what we can figure out. First, I'm going to come over here and take a look from the intersection itself. So I guess this is going to start out facing south. Yeah, okay, so we're looking at this guy. It does have those turrets, and it's fun to see that someone mapped those turrets fairly well. They look okay. Maybe a little funny, but it's hard to map turrets. Okay, it's looking pretty normal from this side. Let's go over this side. Can I go down the street? Yeah, I can. Okay, so from this side we can see that there is a couple of like ridges here, and then there's that dip, and then there's this. Interesting. Very strange building outline. Well, let's see if it really, yeah. This all just looks very strange to me. Okay. Let's move this in a little bit. Yeah, I'm happier with that. It's not perfect, and we'd honestly need a better survey to get it perfect, but by and large, I think that's all right. There might be a little bit more of a lip on this guy, but whatever, honestly. I don't care. Okay. Let's click on this sidewalk here and connect it to these alleys. Come on, there it goes. All right, sidewalk is disconnected from other roads and paths. Is it now? No, it's not. This is that bug I've talked about in previous videos. It does not exist. If I move this around and then I hit Control-Z to go back, the error goes away because the error never existed to begin with. Okay, sidewalk crosses building. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't think it does. And I think my sidewalk's in a perfectly fine spot. Maybe I could go like this. It feels like The sidewalk honestly looks like it goes exactly where it goes, to be honest. I think I mapped that sidewalk just fine. Okay, let's take these guys who are mapped very lovingly, I can see. And let's just move them in a little bit. Oops. I missed that one guy. I really think that's fine. It's probably closer to what it was anyways. Okay. Sidewalk crosses alley. Let's connect the features. And that one. And that one. Nope. Okay, sometimes ID will drop an extra node in and it drives me bananas. Okay, alley crosses sidewalk. Let's fix that. Okay. And another one. What? There's a crossing there. It just didn't snap to the sidewalk. That's a bug in the ID editor. All right. Sporadic sidewalk additions in Fan District. Sweet. Let's hit upload. Thanks for watching.